Hello from the Emerald Necklace Conservancy's new expanded offices here in Jamaica Plain, just across the street from Jamaica Pond. I am thrilled to share some highlights with you from the work of the last year and tell you about what we have in store for 2022. The Emerald Necklace is a 1,100-acre linear park that connects over 13 neighborhoods in Boston through its greenways and waterways, a unique amenity for any city. We could not do this work without our public partners, the City of Boston Parks Department, the Town of Brookline, Open Space, and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Conservation and Recreation, affectionately known as DCR. All three of them work day in, day out to make the parks what they are today, and we are proud to support them, and we couldn't do it without them. Thank you to our Board of Advisors and our Board of Directors who help us, support us in this multifaceted project that we have to take care of these parks. Thank you to the hundreds of volunteers that helped us last year, cleaning up the parks, pulling invasive weeds, helping us take care of the day-to-day in the park, and also the committed volunteers that helped us with our advocacy work. And thank you to the Conservancy staff, a vibrant team of 12 who work to restore and take care of the necklace every day and make it a welcoming place for visitors. The Conservancy was formed as an alliance of over 20 institutions and organizations that came together to improve the Emerald Necklace. So it is fitting you get to hear from a few of those voices that continue to inspire us and support us every day. Today, you'll hear from them about the work that we do in our focus areas: parks, people, and policy. Thank you very much for your time.
The Emerald Necklace Conservancy is a nonprofit organization supported entirely by donations from individuals, corporations, and foundations. So it's thanks to donors like you that we can steward these vibrant green spaces, keep a 9,000 tree canopy and muddy river healthy, make parks more accessible, and create free programs for all to enjoy. To all of those individuals who supported our Emerald Fund, Lift Fund, and special initiatives in 2021. To everyone who supported Cocktails in the Park, a more intimate version of our Party in the Park fundraiser. You helped raise over $200,000 for the revitalization of Charles Gate Park. On behalf of the Emerald Necklace Conservancy board, staff, and hundreds of thousands of visitors who enjoy the parks every year, we thank you.
A lot of people in Boston, they love their trees, but when they see any work being done, they kind of get a little upset until we try to explain to them. And generally, everybody appreciates what we're doing, but there are those that don't want any work done, but they realize if we don't, we're actually harming the tree by doing nothing to it. There's also health of the tree pruning. The tree might have some cracks in it that are creating an infection. Bacteria gets in the tree just like an open wound on a person, so we try to take that wound out of the tree, get the dead wood out.
We have over 9,000 trees in inventory, and it's ever growing. And I think a lot of times that we make the assumption that trees just doing this all on their own, but actually it takes a lot of work from pruning and making sure that the treatment to the soil is there to support them and making sure that we have the right trees in the right places. And so there is a lot of work that goes into the upkeep and maintenance of the trees within our inventory and to keep our tree canopy growing. So we actually have to assess, prune, and even treat the trees for illnesses in a number of different ways depending on what type of trees we have, and that's why it's so important to both keep track of the inventory and have this pruning cycle continue. So Boston, Brookline, and the Commonwealth are really working collaboratively, thankfully, towards this green infrastructure, and actually our tree canopy is a critical piece of this puzzle to ensure that we are working with this infrastructure that really makes up, that's the makeup of our city. And I think people take that for granted, but the reality is Boston wouldn't be the city it is today without the Emerald Necklace and all the work that started with Frederick Olmsted in the beginning. But now it's more important than ever for us to keep this up as we're coming into climate crisis, to be able to have a green canopy that can support a city.
When I use this park both for recreation, so to hang out with friends and family, visit festivals. We are a non-profit organization, 501c3, and the goal and mission of our organization is to ensure that we advocate and advance the interests of Caribbean American community, especially those with disability, kids with disability, and supporting Making sure that access and inclusion is something important. One of the things that I love about the park too is to come out and watch them play cricket. That's something dear to us and bring back memories from the Caribbean.
You know, you see people walking their dogs, they're pushing their strollers, and it's just a nice place nearby, walking distance for a lot of people that they can come by and get out of the house, which over the last couple of years is a big thing.
Just a beautiful place to walk. We love the water. I grew up on the water, so near the water. So turtles, the ducks, the birds, we love it. I mean, it does wonderful things for your mind, and it gets the endorphins racing. And when you finish the walk, you just feel like you
sense of
accomplished
accomplishment.
something. Yes, and you feel happier.
Owen is a reason that I actually get outside, and so especially when I don't want to, he needs that still, and so it's really great to have the opportunity to go to some green space.
I represent the Brookline Green Space Alliance on the board of park advisors for the Emerald Necklace Conservancy. We're a group of park friends from all the different parks that make up the Emerald Necklace who come together to advocate with Conservancy staff for all the needs and care and attention that the Emerald Necklace has. The Conservancy was founded by a group of advocates when the Muddy River had a serious flooding in the mid-1990s. It had been neglected for decades, and it was clear that it needed extensive work to restore it to its original purpose. We continue to advocate for the full restoration of the Muddy River, just as it was designed to do by Frederick Olmsted some 130 years ago to manage all the increasing amounts of stormwater that are coming as a result of extreme weather caused by climate change. So today the Conservancy continues to be a collaborative organization. We work with parks friends groups, and we champion every park around the necklace, including the waterways and the parkways that connect the parks. And some of our major accomplishments for 2021: improve the safety and access along the Arborway to make it safer for pedestrians and bicyclists, to return 13 acres of Franklin Parkland after the planned demolition of the Shattuck Hospital, to improve some Massachusetts Department of Transportation projects at Charles Great Park, which is where the Muddy River joins the Charles River, and again to make it safer for pedestrians and bicyclists. You can learn more about our accomplishments, and you can also visit the Conservancy's website, where we hope that you will join us and get involved in the many activities in the park. And you will find that we all do, that the Emerald Necklace really is a jewel for everyone who visits.
This spring marks 200 years since Frederick Law Olmsted's birth, and we're using this as an opportunity to pause and focus on the work that we do to make sure that these spaces are open, available, and welcoming to all.
The Emerald Necklace Conservancy partnered with us to really work with them to engage the community and think about what programming is going to look like this year for Olmsted's Bicentennial celebration. I think what's really exciting about this is that the power is literally in the community's hands, where they're the ones who get to choose what's going to happen in these parks, you know, in this next year. So the Committee of Neighborhood is charged with, you know, how are they now looking at equity from a different lens? And we're looking at it from, you know, what if we had an unknown artist activate, you know, a space in the Fenway? Or what if we had, you know, in a park, a small park in Dorchester that no one frequents as a part of a larger initiative? So looking at equity in a space, in a lens that allows us to really think about, you know, underutilized spaces, under-recognized artists in a new way. So as part of this conversation, as we're all exploring, what equity looks like in the parks for this Olmsted Now project, we're excited to invite everyone along for the ride, right? We're going to be having a public dialogue on Wednesday, April 20th at 6 p.m. And we're excited to talk about the Bicentennial and also hear from the Committee of Neighborhoods as to what we're doing and would love for you to be a part of it.
Thank you, and I hope to see you in the necklace soon.